Welcome, Leo Virgo, to your Astrodice reading for October. I hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you in your Astrodice reading. Okay, and for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Ooh, what do we got going on? Message coming out is Mars energy with Taurus energy going straight into the 5th house. Ooh. Okay, so got that Mars energy coming in. This is your physical energy. It drives strength and fighting spirit. Nice. Doing it nice and relaxed and slow with some Taurus energy coming through. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthly, productive, and relaxed and slow. And going straight into the 5th house of love, romance, and the things you desire. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. So definitely feeling like you have the drive, but this drive is productive yet slow. But it keeps you pushing forward into the 5th house where the romance, fun, and things you creative that you're proud of really comes from. So let's see what's going on over here. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. We do have a conscious lack of the situation. So not really 100% sure about how this is all going to play out in the very beginning of the month, but you're definitely taking the steps to get there. And the steps that you're taking are that slow, kind of cautious. Tauruses are very cautious about where they step. Making sure that it's continuous, though. It is definitely continuous. There's no fence setting. And the teacher. So definitely teaching you something about the situation as you're really learning something from this situation in the very beginning of the month. There could be a lot of communications moving forward after this period of maybe some kind of disorganization, something that had delays, misunderstandings about the romance fun. Maybe you had some writer's block, something of this nature, but making sure that you're really taking care of everything and really sorting out the details right now within these steps that you are taking. So getting into the middle of the month is no new beginning at this time, because whatever you had started, it needs to be finished. So you definitely need to wrap up something first before you can have the new beginning. So yeah, so taking on the present power, you definitely have an increase of the present power. So you really need to find the conclusion to this situation. And there's that, once again, feeling like you need to have some kind of sorting out of details, plans, and arrangements of something that has to do with romance. Maybe, you know, for some of you, it feels like, hey, look, this is where we had this argument and we need to really come together and figure this out before we can move forward. Not fragmenting energy at the end of the month. That's good. Hidden motivations. And the great achievement. So whatever it is, you're definitely moving towards having that new beginning, right? You just need to figure out, how are we going to get this together, right? Exploring new ideas, being in your present power, really wanting to, you know, really be productive about the situation and how we're going to really come together to do this. Could even be siblings. Maybe you're connecting with, you know, even your siblings. I don't know why I feel that way, even though it's under romance. I don't know. Maybe you and a sister or brother or something are doing something creative. I don't know, but I keep feeling like there's a sibling involved within one of these situations for somebody, where it feels like you come head to head. And I think it has to do with something, either has to do with creating something, or maybe it's just fun. Maybe you're creating something fun. I just feel like you have to take steps to do so. I don't know who that's for. But definitely feeling that if you just listen to me, I just keep hearing, if you just listen to me, we could do this. Could work this out. With a conscious lack of in the very beginning of the month, yeah, there's looking back into the past, because of the past is showing, you know what, this is where the conscious lack of the coming together was. This is where the details and the plans were not coming together, and this is where I need you to be more productive. So having that the Taurus says, I need production, you're saying in the very beginning of the month, we need to look back to see what is going on, kind of take some steps backwards so that we can come together and really connect for these taking steps towards the abundance, because right now there is a lack of. See, where it becomes an increase, right now it does feel like the lack of and has a decrease. So where the decrease was, and you're actually losing something out of the situation, and not nurturing that situation. Maybe they're not nurturing your ideas, thoughts, and we need to come together for the rebirth and having this productive harvest. Yeah, we need to let go of the situation by learning what it is we need to learn. What is it? What was the misunderstanding? There's definitely a misunderstanding at the beginning of the month where you're going to learn something about it, though. But I think that once you understand where this is starting to crumble and not come together, is that kind of teaching point through the situation. Yeah. Was an argument, bumping heads, something of this nature, combating each other, something of this nature where we're not connecting and having a misunderstanding, something of this nature. Plans are definitely not coming through, but there is definitely this drive and this strength, and you know, looking in the past of how all of this was, or you know, how this all got started, is definitely where the drive and the strength is going to really pick up the conscious lack of understanding, because definitely right now there is definitely a conscious lack of understanding. With the new beginnings coming, there is a more passionate place that's opening up. And until you get to that piece, that's where it says, well, this is where it kind of illuminates the sector of the understanding. And it is illuminating it as well, because it's coming to your head. And the more it's coming to mind and passions opening up within you, you're definitely seeing the Seven of Coins, because you're saying, this is where I can patiently plan now on how to do this. And my power is now coming back. So now you feel like you're in more power. And you're going to feel that power where you didn't feel like there was anything balanced, unjustified. And there was something that's either they're lying about the situation or that's not the truth. And then you will find that the truth is there. But there is this huge over generosity coming from you. Oh, absolutely. In the mid-month, you're going to feel like you know what? It might not be truthful. It might be imbalanced. But I got the generosity and the nurturing coming out of the Taurus. And it's a Taurus card. Right? The nurturing and generosity that says we can bring this back together if we just work together. And then you see all this money too. I just want to bring that up. I know we're in the 5th house, but I'm sorry. Whatever you're creating over here, for some of you, it could even be something you're creating for a job. And there's definitely a lot of money to be made from the situation. But I'm also seeing that there's also gaining insights on some kind of habit forming, almost like, you know what, we keep revisiting this. And so it's almost like I'm going to try my hardest not to do so. And we're going to balance this situation out to where there is no more drama, no more misunderstandings, and really trying to fix the situation. Somebody feels like they're neglected out of the situation or out of the love relationship. Do you feel neglected? Well, now you're not going to feel neglected anymore. If it's romance, you're going to feel like they're actually coming back to you, because you can work it out. And definitely could be dealing with some kind of Taurus. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot more self-sacrifice and more responsibilities, and gaining more love over here. So it does feel like they're more aligned now in the middle month. But I think it's because you're really taking the action, though, to really try to align it. You're saying, let's work this out. No more brewing, right? Let's reach out. Let's do what we need to do. And it does. It looks like, you know what? We're having better conversations. There's going to be more, there's more eagerness to want to fix the situation. Fragmenting energy, no more fragmenting energy. We need to stay together for the blessings. And then here comes your cycle change finally, because here's the new beginnings where it says we need to come to a conclusion of the situation, and now you're starting to change the cycle, right? Finally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the cycle of what was toxic, what was fearful, was it, whatever was brewing up. And it's going to be pretty drastic, guys. It's kind of a huge drastic change. Because from here, you're saying, well, we can kind of get together. And then down here, you're saying, oh, well, we can create things and we can bring this love back together. And we're going to not fragment so we can actually feel like we're getting where we need to be. That was fear of the toxic behavior. You open up the veil over here and it brings more peace to the romance and bringing in better decisions. And then you feel the greater achievements by the end of the month. So around Halloween time, you're saying, finally, we can get together. There's going to be a lot more wittiness coming out of this person and out of you. I feel like together you guys can actually have more harmony with the, with the Four of Swords. You're making more productive changes, bringing things back together, achieving the things you wanted to achieve. And there's a bigger expectation coming from this partner, this sister, this brother, this love, whoever this person is. So if you felt like they were lazy, now you can feel like, whoa, you turned around a lot. And there's just a lot friendlier atmosphere going on towards the end of the month as you kind of unveiling what is really deeply hidden within the situation and how do we fix this. And it feels like they're finally on your side, right? Oh, you know what? I want to fix this too. And that's where the self-sacrifice is kind of coming from, because they're saying, I want this togetherness with you. I do want to make this happen. Okay, so that's a great thing. Loving it. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.